Borderlands is here. First got announced in like 2011 or initial talk started happening.
I'll stop you there.
Yeah.
More like Borderlands.
Wow.
Anyway, back to the thing.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, thank you.
Just a little preview of
what's to
where
come.
this review is going to go.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. On a budget of $120 million.
And let me tell you, I got him. Continue.
It looks like it's going to have a 15 million US opening.
Sounds bad.
Which is bad. These are bad numbers for a very expensive movie. So, look, people are not excited about this. It started with a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's right, but it's climbing.
It's at 6%. What do you think the story was?
Oh, come on, mate.
Come on.
All right.
You're a big fan of the games, aren't you?
I'm not at all,
Neither am I.
Is there 3 of them? 2 of them?
Yeah, there's 3 of them and other ones. There's spin-offs and whatever.
I know there's a Tiny Tina's something.
There is, etc.
Which is a character in this
Yes.
movie. Boy, you better believe there's a planet out there. And it's a rough and tumble planet.
How do you get there?
I guess a spaceship.
You just get a spaceship.
Maybe they got hyperspace or whatever. It's unclear. Boy, it's rough and tumble. You'd be like, why would anybody live there? Well, there's a vault there. Anyway, in the vault, allegedly there's stuff beyond your wildest dreams.
There might be a squid.
There might be a squid or some floating boxes or whatever. Stuff that could change the universe.
Or not.
Yeah,
maybe you just don't.
I don't know. Maybe but everybody wants in, but nobody can get in. There's no clue.
It's been decades.
There's some clues, but nobody can figure it out.
It's hard to get into.
Yeah, the tomatometer, James, is at up to 9%.
Whoa!
And it's a 51%.
They flipped that 6 upside down.
51% audience score, so it's passed.
That's not true. No one's doing that.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the raw numbers, James. Giving you the raw numbers. Did you think that's the Border fans?
Yes. No, here's the thing. If you're a fan of the games, you don't like this.
I've heard that.
If you're not a fan of the games, it's not interesting or doesn't make any sense in terms of like a new IP or anything like that.
I don't know, James, because according to audience member DJ, with a little tick next to his name, so that's a verified audience review.
Okay.
Super awesome movie. Loved the little ties to the game they threw in there. Would have loved to see everybody use a little of their abilities, but there's always room for a part 2.
No, there isn't.
Wow.
I'm closing the door on that right now.
Also, kind of sucked if you played Borderlands 2. You kind of know what's going to happen, but at the same time, it was amazing seeing it happen in movie form.
But it kind of sucked, is what he said, right?
I mean, that's the subtext, isn't it?
Wow. This sucks. But not in an interesting way.
Right.
In a boring way. I wish it was more compelling in a bad way.
I was going to say, but I mean, the only way to find the secrets of the vault is you've got to get together a Guardians of the Galaxy style crew, and then they've got to do.
And there's musical stings, and one of them even is Little Gamora. She played.
Oh yeah,
the Gamora in Endgame or whatever. Mm-hmm. God, this is the worst kind of movie for me because it's just
from a production standpoint.
It's kind of.
I would say design wise, it's not awful.
I think some of the action is fine. There's a shootout in a cave.
I think in watching this, I didn't give enough credit to the action sequences in Deadpool and
Completely
Wolverine.
agree.
Many of which I thought were quite bad. But in retrospect, with the entire cast and crew of Deadpool and Wolverine releasing clips of that movie on the internet in 4K quality, I'm like, oh, remember actually
this was better.
Gambit got quite a decent action sequence.
I was always for that, and I'll say that here first.
Okay, but a lot of this was not thrilling at all.
No.
We get Kate Blanchett as Lilith, who's a bounty hunter, who's from here.
She's the same age as her mum or something.
Doesn't want to come back, but she has to come back. She's been
Let's do spoilers. No one's seeing this, man.
I reckon we can do 5 minutes without spoilers.
5 minutes?
Yes.
God.
For the border heads out there, Anyway, Kevin Hart is a guy.
Yep.
He's from the games,
he's Roland.
I think.
People hate it because Roland's big and stoic, but he's small and kind of stoic and not interesting.
What is interesting as well, I thought, it's at
is
least
it something in the movie or is it something external to the movie?
It's something external to the movie. Somebody has a review metric, I can't remember who it is, who said, would you rather watch the movie or would you rather watch the people in the movie like just having a conversation? And I think I would rather have that. I don't know if that's an Ebert or a Siskel or it's somebody else, but it's somebody like, would you rather see the movie or would you just hang out with the people and they have a chat or whatever? I watched a video of Kevin Hart and he was talking about his watch collection. It was like, this guy's quite interesting.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, Kevin Hart, for me at least, this is a rare Kevin Hart performance where he's not like an incompetent boob.
Yeah.
Kind of like he's a competent soldier and he's kind of like interesting and nobody's like, you're a little guy and you're no good or whatever.
I feel like he's not really in it that much.
No.
I mean, he's in it.
What I would also say is that I think everybody in this has been promised that when this becomes a big franchise, they're going to have big expanded roles. So obviously no one can die in this.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, no spoilers though, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just a bit of background. Do you mind if I just do a bit of breakdown of how we got here?
No, please.
So discussions began in 2011, but nothing happened. And then in 2015, Lee Winnell came on board to write and direct.
Okay.
And then he wasn't mentioned ever again. But then it was said it's going to be R-rated. Then Eli Roth, who ended up directing it, came on board in 2020, and it was written by Craig Mazin,
who did Chernobyl
and The Last of Us.
and some garbage, a lot of garbage.
Yeah,
He's also written a lot of garbage.
But good stuff,
Sure.
exclusively recently. His work was rewritten, and he was quoted as saying, "I'm not a credited writer on the film, so I cannot claim any kind of authorship on Borderlands, much less co-writing."
Yeah.
Filming began in August of 2021. Randy Pitchford released a video where he held everybody hostage on set.
Is he he's the guy from Gearbox
The Gearbox
games.
guy. He's a real ordinary bloke. Tim Miller also...
In a good way?
No.
Like a real salt of the earth guy? Oh, that's a
Tim
shame.
Miller, then who directed Deadpool 2 and Terminated Dark Fate. He did 2 weeks of reshoots in January of 2023.
Because Eli Roth was busy or something.
Yeah, he was doing Thanksgiving or whatever. But also I feel like they might have just pushed him out. I don't know. And that's how we got here.
Okay.
And again, I knew this was not going to be any good. I mean, I'd heard it wasn't, but at the start it's like...
Hey, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
We'll give our true thoughts at the end.
It was like, the start is Kate Blanchett's like, long ago there was an alien race that ruled the whatever, and there were pieces of this, and we had to...
Immediately a bad start. I think if you have to get somebody to do some really
You got to get the vault,
exposition.
and the most special person in the universe has to open the vault, and it's probably this girl, but it's not. And I didn't know who the person was going to be, because they said it had to be someone from that planet who was special.
Yeah.
And
who's just got like special instincts
yeah,
and just knows stuff.
Yeah, like an whole life was kind of revolved around this planet and this vault. I didn't figure it out until they did it at the end, though. Yeah, it's cast weirdly. And I don't just mean because they're all 100 years old. It's not reflective of the video game counterparts, apparently. But also, if you take that all out, they don't mesh. And there's supposed to be these heartwarming moments even between the little girl and Kate Blanchett. And they're not bad. I wouldn't even say anybody's bad. Is anybody bad in this? Because I don't think so.
No, but nothing about this. There's not even one action set piece where you go, oh wow, that was really cool.
What about the bit where that woman turned into a bird?
I guess, sure. I mean, you don't see that a lot these days, do you?
You don't.
No.
You really
Because
don't.
of political correctness gone mad.
Yeah. And there's a robot and etc. Also, it's not funny.
No.
It's not funny or fun.
Correct, yes.
And I don't know why. I don't know, because there are jokes in it. And the funniest thing is probably the robot voiced by Jack Black.
Claptrap.
Yeah.
The only comment I have about Claptrap is I thought the 3D model is quite good. It does look quite authentic, but I did see a tweet from somebody.
Funny you mentioned
Are you
that,
going to bring that
Mason.
up? Is it a tweet from somebody who said they worked on the model for 5 months and then they didn't get any credit in the movie?
Exactly. So Robbie Reed, who goes by the helpful handle Robbie Reed the Rigger, says that he worked on rigging from the movie's Claptrap a model for 5 months straight, the process which essentially gave a CG model a skeleton that the animators can manipulate. It is obviously a crucial job, and when it comes to Claptrap, we're talking about arguably the most Borderlands' most recognizable figure. He said, "This time 3 years ago, I was rigging the CG asset of Claptrap for the Borderlands movie. I worked on him for 5 consecutive months. Neither I nor the artist who modeled him, who I worked with the entire time, got a credit for the film." And that's actually a thing that works in this movie. Aesthetically, like you said, I think it looks
like the game Borderlands.
And sets and stuff happening.
Yeah.
Like markets and bazaars and rocky outcroppings and whatever, big vehicles.
And sometimes
But some of the vehicles are just cars.
At one point they're like, oh, we're all wanted criminals, but we've got to go into this bazaar. Better put on these sort of neon masks that nobody else is wearing.
And also everybody's like, aren't you that person I saw earlier?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, no, I am. I'm Kevin
Bobby
Hart.
Lee, is he in this?
Bobby Lee's in it very briefly. Just look on the Borderlands Reddit. Here's just some titles. This one says, please do not watch this movie. This one says, this movie is such a weird missed opportunity. This one says the CG artist, model, whatever, didn't get whatever. This one said, my biggest issue with the movie are the guns. Yeah, apparently the guns are a huge part of the game, right? And
yeah, there's an infinite variety of guns. They all do different stuff. Sure.
This one says, just saw the film, please kill me. This one said, that movie was horrible. Might not be talking about Borderlands.
Sure.
This one said, they Dragon Ball evolution to my Borderlands.
Ouch.
These are all good things, Mason, that's happening on the Borderlands website.
They are good, aren't they? Just some additional notes on the cast. So we've got Edgar Ramirez as Atlas, who is the ostensible villain. He's the head of the big corporation that hires Lilith to go back to the Borderlands planet Pandora.
She's Peter Quill because she's special like Peter Quill.
Oh, that's true. Anyway, he's not very interesting.
No.
It's just fine.
But he does have a hologram face at one point.
Yeah. So we got Florian Munteanu. He's young. He's little Creed in Creed 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's little
Drago.
Little Drago. Yeah. We get Jamie Lee Curtis as she's in it also.
Yeah.
And then, as you mentioned, her Ariana Greenblatt. So she's little Gamora.
Yeah.
And she's the little girl in 65.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I cannot get a handle on child actors. I think it's because they
The wigs.
What's the wigs? But it's also
She was green in one movie.
Yeah. And she's also in something else. Something else we've seen. But she's fine. Bit of sass.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fascinating, isn't it?
I don't know either.
As I understand it, Kate Blanchett signed on to this because she'd worked with
During
Eli Roth
COVID.
before.
Yeah,
With
something.
House with the Clock in its Walls.
Okay.
But she signed on during COVID because apparently it was like she was expecting to be green screen or whatever, but they're like, no, it's going to be real sets, real, everything's going to be real. And she's like, that sounds exciting.
I love it.
Bit of fun.
I love real things. You can see how there's potential here, right? Like of the stuff of the scene of the games, like it's not really my thing, like humor-wise. I think like I don't think I could sit through hours and hours of this, but people obviously enjoy them. Mm-hmm. So I think there is obviously something here, and people were looking to see a version of that.
Ariana Greenblatt is also America Ferrera's daughter in Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
See, right.
I don't know what kids are up to.
I don't know, it's right.
What are they up to?
I don't know. Just being in movies, I guess.
Just been in lots of movies.
Yeah.
God, anyway, we're going to do some spoilers.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Worst movie ever.
Yeah, it's
It's flat.
It is flat, yeah.
Flat.
The action is not memorable. Nobody ever feels like they're in any real danger.
There's no heart in it. I mean, there's Kevin Hart, but there's no heart in it. It's like, I'm a clone and my dad hates me and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Who cares? How busy was your cinema? For me, it was me and another guy.
Okay, I reckon.
And I paid $31 because I had to go to a D box.
Ooh, I only paid $9.70 because I had Hoyt's points.
You, man.
That's right.
Spend so much on this.
Right. But
It's my weekly budget.
I was going to say, no groceries for the family.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, worst movie ever for you?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Yeah.
It's a shame, isn't it? I mean, at least we all know from the start that everybody in the world said that this was going to be bad, and then it was. Yeah. We all knew. And that says something.
Yeah.
Anyway, spoilers.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay.
Here's the thing.
So the only way, there's supposedly this vault. Is there lots of vaults in Borderlands? Or am I thinking of Fallout? It's not important.
I mean, what Fallout? People are saying this. Mason.
Oh, yes.
Fallout is a perfect example how to adapt something where you might not have done things exactly, but you get the essence of what the thing is.
Sure, right.
And like, I feel like this could have been that.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's this.
So there's a guy, Atlas, he owns the Atlas Corporation, big galactic corporation, and he wants to get in this, he wants to find this vault, and he wants to unearth the secrets of the vault, which is tentacle monsters and floating cubes.
Yeah.
But the only way to get in is you need to find 2 keys, and then you also have to have, there's a prophecy, they just throw that in, there's a prophecy that somebody from this planet is, or somebody who's special is the 3rd key. Once you have the 3 keys, you can unlock the vault and get access to all the cubes and whatever.
But also you turn into a bird.
Yeah, and so Atlas has
a drop of blood.
Yeah, here's a drop of blood that he thinks is correct DNA to create one of this special person.
For some reason.
So he clones a little girl.
Why would it be?
Which is Tiny Tina.
Yeah, but why would it be?
I don't know, man.
Could be anyone's blood.
Yeah, it could be, exactly. And so, but then Kevin Hart rescues her and takes her to the planet of Pandora, which is a bad call. You take her anywhere else.
Yeah.
Also, you'd probably, if you don't want them to access this vault, you'd just destroy one of the 2 keys.
Yeah.
You know?
Great point.
And nobody could get to it.
Yeah.
But then it turns out that actually the real child of whatever it is who can access the vault is actually Lilith.
55-year-old Kate Blanchett.
Who can just now she's also got teleport powers.
She can teleport, yeah.
At one point they're all in a bit of a pickle, and then it turns out one of them can teleport. They think it's Tiny Tina.
Yeah.
But then it's actually Lilith who did it. And then she
turns into a bird.
Well, I was going to James. How it's supposed to work is the prophecy says that when they get the 2 keys and the person and they go to the vault, everything is consumed and then the vault is open. So it's like, well, whoever opens the vault they're going to die.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big sacrifice. But then it turns out to be Kate Blanchett, and then that actually just doesn't happen.
Because she turns into a bird.
She turns into a big flamey bird. And then she's got flamey superpowers.
And she fights a spaceship.
Yep, sort of Captain Marvel style, but
Yeah.
not as interesting.
But then she goes into the vault with the villain
Yeah.
because he grabs his clone daughter.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going to kill you in this vault unless you...
You have any sort of powers over the vault?
Yeah, give me all the technology.
Yeah.
But then there's a squid in the vault.
There is a squid in the vault.
And the squid gets him.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
then she goes, well, now that we've been in the vault,
Yep.
everybody's stopped fighting.
That's right. Everybody have a
And nobody's
have a big,
interested in the vault anymore.
Everybody have a big planet-wide party and
yeah.
fireworks.
No
and
one's
stuff.
going to kidnap my friends and make me open the vault or whatever
That's
again.
right. Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah. I'll just let
No
my
one
guard
cares
down
about the
completely.
vault anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, me and Tiny Tina are sisters or mother and daughter or something.
That's right. And there's swelling music and fireworks.
Yeah.
And it really feels unearned.
Yeah.
Would everybody be happy with that?
Yeah.
As an ending?
I think everyone was very happy with it. Yeah.
I mean, that planet now is like, it's useless. There's nothing, there's nothing
Yeah.
there, right? Now that if the thing is done, they'll all just leave?
what about maybe in a sequel they have to save the rec center?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, isn't it though?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just, God, I don't know. Was it cut down? It went 2 hours
It
at
did
least.
go for 2 hours, didn't
There
it?
was there a mid-credits? I think there was. I left.
There's a mid-credits, but I can't remember what it is.
Because it's nothing. I remember reading it was nothing. Whatever it was. Anyway, while you're probably looking that up, this is from RC Dominion on Twitter who says, just saw Borderlands and it was terrible. No chemistry between the characters, not even one funny joke. Worst movie ever. Russell Michaels says, Borderlands wasn't terrible. Shocker of all shockers. It kept a brisk pace. It didn't overstay its welcome. With little real knowledge of the series, it was okay. It could have been far worse. Mid. Yeah. John Corner, this is from the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates group, says, I just got out of Borderlands and my God, is it dreadful. Disclaimer, I only watched it to make fun of it with friends. We sat at the back and wrote notes on our phones so we weren't talking. And this is from Shay Fox who says, definition of just a movie. Now, I said this last week. I think the idea was because Eli Roth and James Gunn, they have a similar background in kind of horror and making grubby movies.
Yeah, and you thought this would be a sort of grubby crossover.
Yeah, I think
to mainstream.
this is his Guardians, basically.
Right,
But
yeah.
it's
a bad movie,
it's not.
unfortunately, yeah.
I think a lot of this was tinkered with as well and interfered with by the studio. I mean, just judging by the reshoots and how many people came and went, which isn't necessarily uncommon on a project.
But I think I feel like somebody taking their name off the
Yeah,
writing
that's pretty
staff,
significant,
That is
right?
significant, yeah. That's a real Alan Smithy move.
It really is.
And there's another guy, I think his name was Peter Crombie, and Craig Mazin had to say, no, that's not my pseudonym. That's a different guy.
Yeah, that's somebody else's pseudonym or a
Yeah.
real person.
That's right.
I honestly don't know.
Okay, so the mid-credits sequence, Claptrap is in the credits, and he's there, and he's sort of like, hey, everybody, I'm back, and then the credits
Hey,
scroll up, and he's like, oh, I'm going up with the credits.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. All in all, you're looking forward to coming back to this universe?
No.
Yeah.
No, and we won't, surely.
Yeah.
It's not doing well, and everyone hated it. So,
Who knew?
I mean, everyone knew, and they were right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Should we move it along to literally anything else?
Yeah, it's not. Nobody even gets like just one moment each. Like you'd think that each.
I mean,
character-
Kevin Hart gets like a sacrifice, but then he just shows up again.
It felt very
The big
much-
guy gets his mask smashed.
Yeah.
They kind of do, but they're not.
But they're not interesting hero moments.
No.
And we, again, there's not
Tiny Tina throws bombs,
There's not a vibe that anybody is going to die ever,
Yeah.
and they don't.
and they don't.
So
There's going to be 9 movies.
9 movies.
All right, next thing, but what is it?
It's what we read.
Whoa.
What we going to read.
Whoa.